guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm here with my fiance.
Yeah. Future hubby. Colin Henderson.
Okay, so I think you guys have been waiting for this video. We're excited. We are taking you through 3 wedding venues that we toured here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Kind of telling you guys what we liked about them, what we didn't like about them. Just kind of giving you guys the whole spiel. We do not have a venue yet and we do not have a date yet, but we're working on it. So yeah, I thought it'd be fun just to take you guys with us and see the ones that we toured. We looked at a bunch online and we just didn't even really like it online, or we went to these 3 in person.
Well, yeah, there was definitely some that we liked online, you know.
Yeah, but
like
then
one of
we just
them I really loved that we went to when I was looking at it online. And
yeah, but then like other venues like the Duke Mansion and like a bunch we didn't even go tour just because of how expensive it is.
Yeah, the price
like
ranges were like way
Hotel.
out of.
Right. Or it just like we looked online and it just wasn't our overall vibe and we didn't get like the feeling to go look at it, or just like the, ooh, this could be a possibility. So yeah, here we are though, showing you these. So first one we went to was the Daniel Stowe Botanical Gardens, and
I'm sorry, I just really didn't like it.
Okay guys, we are about to look at the Daniel Stowe Botanical Gardens. We didn't really like
on the way here.
The town coming crazy. In. Yeah, I don't think
it looks like you're like out in the middle of like
nowhere.
The old like 1800s.
Yeah, we weren't really fans of coming in, which honestly I feel like that's important. So yeah, I liked it. I liked one building.
Yeah, I think that if it was during spring or something, or summer or fall or whenever the flowers are blooming, maybe it would have been really awesome. But just the whole vibe of the town and Belmont, nothing against Belmont.
Let's talk about that first. Driving in, it was in the middle of nowhere. We were driving and Colin was like, where are we? I was like, I don't know.
It felt like we were like 50 years back in time.
It did.
And then the grounds all around the area felt like it was like a Civil War battleground.
And a lot of people who are coming to our wedding will be traveling to like North Carolina to come to the wedding. So that was like the first thing in my head was if I was traveling to like go to this wedding and it was in the middle of nowhere where it was, I would be like, what? Like, where are they taking us?
Well, the wedding I went to with you was kind of like out in the middle of nowhere, but
that was in Iowa.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. This was like,
it was just very not our style driving.
Very rural, but also like super old and like felt like a time machine.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
So then it's a botanical garden. So we went in and we went through like this meeting room. They were having a bridal event too at the time that we toured. So I liked it because we got to walk ourselves around.
Yeah.
And they just had a map and you got to go from place to place. They had tours going on, but we just got there like smack dab in the middle of a tour and we didn't want to wait for the next one. So we just kind of toured ourselves.
It was pretty interesting, honestly. I feel like we should talk about that. It was actually kind of strange, like the inside part where they had like all the vendors set up. Where right when you walk in, there was this woman and she was in a dress and it looked like something out of Hunger Games.
I should have filmed it.
Like some sort of celebration. Like she literally was standing inside this frame that was surrounding her,
so strange.
And the frame had champagne all in it, but she couldn't move. She was just still, and she was like handing it to you, and she had like face paint and all kinds of. It was kind of weird.
So the champagne glasses were like her skirt, and they were in tiers. It was crazy. Anyways, so they had a bunch of vendors set up, but there were so many people, so I didn't end up filming that part. So then the first part of the tours, we went to this one little area. And I don't know how you could even get married there. I think it's just part of the Botanical Garden because that was another thing we didn't really like, was that they don't shut down the actual gardens. So random people could be walking around your ceremony if they just were like at the David Stowe Botanical Gardens, like looking at the gardens and stuff. So that one building was cool. It had a bunch of like greenery.
It was just greenery and it was all decorated in an artistic way because they had like an artist come in and like weave everything together and make it look really cool. So it was pretty on the inside.
Yeah, I liked the outside of that building. And then there was this one like really long pathway with a fountain at the end of it. And then I was like, okay, this is pretty, but like again, you still like can't have your ceremony here. And so I didn't really like that. And then there was like this one area where you could have the ceremony, but there was nothing like special about it.
Yeah.
and then they had pretty long walkways, but just nothing really, like, are you tired?
It was boring to me, so that's why I'm yawning.
Oh, okay. Nothing just really stood out to us. I think it would look really, really pretty in like May when we want to have our wedding next year. But like there's pretty aspects of this place, but you can only reserve when you're getting married here like sections, and they leave it open to the public. So
people could just walk in if they wanted
so people could walk in, plus you don't get like every area, you have to pay for certain areas. So that kind of sucks. I wish you could just have the whole thing to yourself, and you can't. And then there's this big courtyard area where we would have wanted the ceremony, the reception, and the cocktail hour to all go down in one area, and that wasn't possible. So yeah, that one just wasn't it.
Yeah, I didn't really like it that much.
Yeah, so we vetoed that one. And that was the first one we actually ever went and toured in person. So it was like our first time ever, and we were just kind of like, we left being like, meh.
Okay, hold up. If you've ever seen the movie Get Out, it literally looked like a place where all those people would meet up and live. It seemed like we were in Get Out, where all the like rich, wealthy white people were congregating in that one party scene.
Yeah, we just didn't like that vibe.
It felt very weird.
It was very weird. Yeah. So, didn't get married there. Next place we toured was a place that we had been looking online for a pretty long time, and it was called Whitehead Manor. Okay guys, Colin and I, we are here. We are at another venue. This one's called Whitehead Manor. I'm sure I've already told you in like the sit down part of this video, but we're gonna go check it out. The only thing that we've seen about this venue online is they have a nice tree where you're ceremony.
Yeah, I like it.
But we'll have to check it out. I know someone who got married there too. Colin really liked it because they have this cool tree. But do you want to say what you liked first? You can go
Well,
first.
I think Bianca and I are kind of like completely on opposite sides of the spectrum with this one, because I feel like this one is something that I like and it's like my style in terms of just like beautiful scenery. The tree is amazing because we always have like talked about, okay, well, what do we want behind us during the ceremony when it's all going down? And a lot of the times, have you talked about this at all? Or do you want me to? Are you okay with that? We've been talking about like frames and maybe like even building a frame or buying a frame and like decorating it with flowers
like
and
those
stuff.
like hexagon frames or like the I don't want to try.
We both really like those, but this one had like a tree that almost did it itself, and I just thought it was really cool. Also the buildings are green and more of an old farm type
farmhouse
style,
historic type deal.
Which, yeah, that's not the best, but the space is really cool and it's really open. There's like tons of space. I don't know, it was very big.
There was a courtyard area where you would have like the reception and like the cocktail hour, and it was like in the courtyard in between these two houses, and then you could like street lights.
Yeah, that's the part I liked the most, was where that was located and how it was just sectioned off in between two buildings, and then like there was greenery all in the front, but then the lights coming in between them both. I don't know, I like that part the most.
I did not like this venue at all because I didn't like the houses. I didn't like how old it looked.
I didn't like the houses.
I didn't like how dark it looked.
I didn't
the
think
inside, where like the buffet would have been, the inside of the house was like decorated like in a really old way, and I was just kind of like, ew.
You're
it just
right
wasn't.
And houses.
In my vision, in my head, I picture like if I could have it and like create a wedding venue in Charlotte, I would have.
Bianca
like,
wants her apartment to be the wedding venue.
Her apartment?
Our apartment, you know what I mean?
Okay, I would picture like a loft situation. So it's like this big open room with like white brick, and it's really bright, and it's got like windows everywhere, and then like a rooftop, like you got married on the rooftop of this building, and it like overlooks the city, or it overlooks greenery or something really pretty, and then like you come downstairs and like that's where the reception is, and it's like this big open area where you can basically turn it into anything you want. And like if we were gonna get married in Charlotte, like that's exactly how I would want it to look, and I seriously can find that exact venue in every other state but this one. Like there's one in Michigan, really, there's one in Nebraska that I found that I like. There's one in Minnesota that I like. Anyways, so I'm just like struggling on that part because I want to be able to like make it our own. And I'm struggling with like the Southern charm that all North Carolina venues have, because like we say y'all sometimes, but I don't really think that like we're Southern charm type of people. And I just can't picture getting married in a barn.
Our style just isn't really like Southern-esque. I think it looked pretty, but I still don't like the Southern charm aspect either.
But then we were also talking about, so like the frame, and then if we did the frame, we put the frame in front of the tree, if we still wanted to do the frame, and then it would take away from the tree, or the tree would make the frame look really weird. So that just wasn't working really in my head either. I don't know, I wasn't like, yeah. Like, I want to get married to Colin here.
The vibe wasn't there.
I got no vibes. In fact, I was so hungry. All I could think about was food instead of how like I liked the place. So, not a fan of that one.
I like the walkways they had.
The walkways were cool.
They had like stone-made walkways everywhere. It was nice.
They had like a big yard area. I'm assuming if you did like a tent situation.
Well, they were talking about how they put the tent up in the middle sometimes.
Yeah, if it like rains.
Yeah.
Which is good that they have like backups and stuff, but...
And the tent was not that expensive compared to like other things we've been told.
Yeah, so anyways, that vetoed. And then the final venue we toured is called the Collector's Room. And that's an art gallery in Charlotte that is also turned into a wedding venue. Currently at the Collector's Room. I don't know if I'm a fan of the art on the walls. It just doesn't feel like us. Picking your nose on camera?
I was rubbing, I was scratching.
So this one's just like a big open white room with art on the walls. I did like those big white
China balls
from the ceilings, and I liked the big greenery stands things that they had. I don't even know what to call that. That was it.
I don't even know why we went there. Bianca doesn't really like art.
I was kind of hoping they could take the art off the wall.
She's an artist but doesn't like art.
It's just like a bunch of bright colors on the walls, and they didn't really like it. Just isn't me. We have a friend Elle, and she's getting married there, and she was an art major, and I feel like that's perfect for her. Yeah. And I'm like excited to see like all those pictures and stuff, but I just feel like for us it just like wasn't it. And it was just like a big room, but also it's in the middle of South End, so there's really no areas to get married outside, and we really want to get married outside, so then your ceremony would have to be in that big building, and they just like sectioned it off from the ceremony and the reception. So I mean, like, that's cool because then everyone's in the same space, but just no pizzazz. So those were the wedding.
The wedding.
Those were
the wedding venues.
Those were the 3 wedding venues that we toured. Wedding venue picking, determining, getting the date, booking, all that is by far the hardest part about the wedding planning. And it's hectic, stressful. It's stressful, that has not been a good experience, so I'm very excited to like narrow down. Yeah, but we are still trying to figure things out and tour some more. Comment down below which one you guys liked the most of the 3. I definitely think the most of the 3 I liked was the second one we toured, if I had to pick one.
That's what I said too.
But it's just, I just don't get that feeling, and you should get that feeling.
Yeah. No, I just said, I was like, this is my favorite one we've toured so far. And you're like, really? And I was like, yeah.
Well, I wasn't picking one. But make sure you are following on Instagram. I know I say this all the time, but those gives you like, I'll give you live updates and stuff on like talking to wedding planners and like figuring out everything before I can put it into a video. So live updates over there. If you were over there, you would have seen that. Now we're looking at destination weddings. So
I was about to say, are you going to say
there.
anything about it?
Yeah.
I just didn't want to spoil anything if you weren't going to say
Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything, and I don't want to get our hopes up because like we don't know if it's going to work out or not. I'm praying that it works out.
It's a big consideration we're going through right now, and kind of where we're looking at the most. So
yesterday we had a really, really good phone call with a wedding planner and the destination that we chose, and if it all ends up working out, we are going to hide the destination and hide where it is until we go there and visit for like cake tastings and menu tastings and like seeing it
solidified.
Yeah, so we're not going to end up saying where it is, but until we're like, no, everything's a go, Destination wedding is at the top of our heads right now. So if you know of anyone who's done like a really cool destination wedding, comment down below where it was. And if you even know the hotel or resort, comment that too so I can look at it.
I feel like also if you know of wedding venues near us that are like what Bianca would want,
yeah,
comment those as well.
That works.
You know, just in case.
Yeah, help us out a little bit. But those were what we toured. I don't love them. Neither does he. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys are liking the wedding planning process with us. I bet you're enjoying it because you just get to sit and watch, and we're the ones stressing out about this whole venue situation. So make sure you're subscribed, stick around, join the fam, and we will see you guys in, I'll see you guys in my next video.